Hi guys! So today we're going to read a story that is based in India. It's a continuation of what we were learning about with Hinduism in India. So this today is called The Tiger, the Brahman, and the Jackal. And it is based in India. So if we look on our globe, this is India. It is part of the continent of Asia. So you see that it says India. And our story is, the vocabulary for our story that we need to know is contrary. It means the opposite of what was said and done earlier. So like contrary to belief, that means the opposite of what you thought it was. Devour means to eat very quickly or gobble it up. Like if you were to go to McDonald's, you would devour your McDonald's, right? Distracted means unable to focus or concentrate on something. Pious means religious. Unjust means not right or not fair. So that was unjust. That was not fair. So in Hindu, priests are called Brahmins. So we're going to hear the word Brahman, and we're going to know that that's what a priest is called. We're going to hear the spiritual force of the Hindus believes the source of all existence in life is known as Brahman. So they call the priest Brahmins, and the Brahman is the source of all life. So, once upon a time, a tiger was caught in a trap. He clawed and gnawed at the bars of his cage, and he could not escape. While the tiger was struggling to escape, a Hindu holy man happened to pass by. The tiger called out to the holy man, "Oh, pious Brahman, help me. Let me out of this cage." Now, the Brahmin believed in being kind and gentle to everyone he met, and it was part of his religion to treat animals like brothers. But at the same time, he saw the danger of letting the tiger out. "Why should I let you out?" asked the Brahmin. "If I do, you will probably eat me." "No, no," said the tiger. "I swear I won't do that. On the contrary, I will be forever grateful to you and serve you forever." The tiger sobbed and sighed and wept so piteously that the pious Brahmin's heart softened, and at last he agreed to open the door of the cage. As soon as he was out of the cage, the tiger pounced on the Brahmin. "What a silly man you are," said the tiger. "What is to prevent me from eating you now?" "Nothing," said the Brahmin. "Nothing at all. But, brother tiger, consider what it is you are about to do. Isn't it unjust or unfair to eat me when I have done you a good turn by letting you out of the cage? Do you think it is fair to eat me up when you promised that you would not do so?" "It is perfectly fair," said the tiger. "Ask anyone, and they will tell you that this is the way of the world." "Will they?" said the Brahmin. Suppose we ask the next three things we see. Will they agree that it is fair for you to eat me?" Sorry. Now, there happened to be an old buffalo standing a little way off by the side of the road, and the Brahmin called out to him, "Brother Buffalo, what do you think? Is it fair for Brother Tiger to devour me when I have freed him from his cage? Is it just or fair for him to eat me when he has promised not to do so?" "When I was young and strong," said the buffalo in a hoarse, tired voice, I served my master well. I carried heavy loads and carried them far. But now that I am old and weak, how does he reward me for my years of service? He leaves me here by the side of the road without food or water. I say, let the tiger eat the Brahman, for these men are an ungrateful bunch. Wow. So, what does that word unjust mean? It means unfair or not wise. So if you agree that the definition given for unjust, I want you to clap your hands. So, do you think that what the buffalo was saying was unjust also? I agree. So, just because one person does something to you doesn't mean that everyone's that way, right? All right. Aha, said the tiger. You see that the buffalo's judgment is against you. Indeed it is, said the Brahman, but let us hear a second opinion. A few yards away, there was an ancient banyan tree that cast a shadow on the road. Brother Banyan, said the Brahman, what do you think? Is it fair for the brother tiger here to eat me when I have freed him from his cage? Is it just for him to do this when he is promised he would not? The banyan tree looked down and sighed. In the summer, said the banyan tree, when it is hot, men take shelter from the sun in the shade I supply. But when the sun goes down, they break off my branches and burn them in their fires. I say, let the tiger eat the Brahman, for these men are selfish and think only of themselves. You see that the banyan tree agrees with the buffalo, the tiger said. Indeed he does, said the Brahman. But let us hear one more opinion. The Brahman looked down the road and spotted a jackal jogging along the edge of the woods. Brother Jackal, he called out, what do you think? Is it fair for Brother Tiger here to eat me when I have freed him from his cage? I'm sorry, said the jackal. I'm afraid I don't quite understand. Would you mind explaining exactly what happened? The Brahmin explained what had happened. He told the whole story from start to finish. When he was done, the jackal just shook his head in a distracted sort of way, as if he did not quite understand. It's very odd, he said. I hear what you are saying, but I can't seem to understand it. It all seems to go in one ear and out the other. Could you take me to the place where this all happened? If I can see where these things happened, perhaps I will be able to understand what exactly took place. Then I can give you my opinion. So, the Brahmin led the jackal back to the cage with the tiger trailing along behind them, licking his chops in anticipation of a tasty meal. So this cage, said the jackal. Yes, said the Brahmin. And what happened exactly? The Brahmin told the story over again, not missing a single detail. Oh, my poor brain, cried the jackal, wringing its paws. Let us see, how did it all begin? You were in the cage and the tiger came walking by. Pooh, interrupted the tiger. What a fool you are. I was the one in the cage. Of course, cried the jackal. That is very helpful. So let's see. I was in the cage, but wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. I was never in the cage, was I? Let me see. The tiger was in the Brahmin, and the cage came walking by. No, that's not it either. Oh dear, I fear I shall never understand. You are not listening to me, roared the tiger. It's so simple. Look here. I am the tiger. Yes, my lord. And that is the Brahmin. Yes, my lord. And that is the cage. Yes, my lord. And I was in the cage. Do you understand? Yes. No. Please, my lord. Well, cried the tiger impatiently, excuse me, my lord. But how did you get in? How? Why, in the usual way, of course. Oh dear, I am getting confused. Please don't be angry, my lord, but what is the usual way at this time? What is the usual way? Sorry about that, guys. At this time. What is the usual way? Sorry, guys. At this, the tiger lost his patience. He ran into the cage, bellowing, "This way! Now do you understand how it was?" "I think I'm beginning to understand," said the jackal. "But why did you not let yourself out?" "Because the gate was closed," moaned the tiger. "This gate?" said the jackal. "Yes," roared the tiger. Then the jackal gave the gate a little nudge, and it swung closed with the clicking sound. "And that clicking sound?" said the jackal. "What does that mean?" "That means the cage is locked," said the Brahman. "Does it?" said the jackal. "Does it really?" "Well, in that case, brother Brahman, I would advise that you leave it locked. As for you, my friend," he said to the tiger, "I suspect it will be a good while before you can find anyone to let you out again." Then the jackal made a little bow to the Brahman and went on his way. So that's the end of the story. All right. That is a very funny, very interesting story. The tiger got very infuriated with the jackal, and the jackal tricked him. So that is what we call a trickster tale. So he tricked him in order to get him back into the cage. Now, do the buffalo and the tree and the jackal all agree with the tiger's decision? No, you're right. They don't. The tree and the buffalo agree because they had bad experiences with humans, but the jackal was a very smart, intelligent creature, and he was able to trick the tiger back into the cage. Just because one person has a bad experience doesn't mean that everyone's going to do that same thing. And in our world, we should be treating people with kindness and care. Who is the trickster in this tale? And who did the trickster fool? That's right, it was the jackal, and the jackal fooled the tiger. Very good. Is the trickster tale fiction or nonfiction? Do you think that really happened? Can animals talk? So we know that this is a fictional story, but it's a story to teach us a lesson. In what country is this trickster tale set? Well, we talked about this at the beginning of the story. Can you remember me showing you on the globe? That's right. It was in India. All right. I want you to think about this story and ask a parent or somebody in your home about the story and who let the tiger out of the cage. Turn to that person and ask, how do you feel about the decision that was made in the story? How do you feel about what the Brahman was saying or the opinions of the buffalo and the tree? And then you can discuss this with your family. You guys have a great day.